Chris Paul, he became second all time in assists. He got 12,999 assists. He got 12,099 assists. That's second all time behind the GOAT, John Stockton. He also second all time with 10 plus assist games. He got 600. My nigga John Stockton got like 863. But shout out to Chris Paul. Chris Paul had a great season, even though he ain't got no rings, even though he been injured. When he always get injured deep in the playoffs or in the playoffs. If you got a chance to see Chris Paul when he was in New Orleans, that nigga was a problem. There was a time where the point guard debate in the league was between Chris Paul and Darren Williams. Them two niggas was going at it. Chris Paul was a beast in motherfucking New Orleans. He never got it done, but he was leading them to playoffs, and they would just get running into the Spurs and shit like that, But Chris Paul used to cook, and then he went to New Orleans. Then he went to the Clippers, and he was cooking out there in Lob City. Him and Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, them niggas had Jamal Crawford, them niggas had Matt Barnes, them niggas had a fucking squad out there in L.A. They couldn't get it done also, but but Kobe was there, OKC, the young OKC, KD, Durant, Westbrook, they was running into them. But shout out to Chris Paul. I always thought he was going to be. Even though he didn't pass John Stockton, I think he better than John Stockton, overall. John Stockton played with Karl Malone. I'm not saying Chris Paul didn't play with nobody, but Karl Malone was I think he was the leading scorer, average or something like that. He had a record. But I still think Chris Paul better than John Stockton, but John Stockton's stats is just ridiculous. But shout out to Chris Paul, second all time in assists, second all time in 10 plus games with assists. 10 plus assist games, 600. For him to be with Wemby, that's a good look for the Spurs playing with Pop. I know Chris Paul he ain't gonna get a ring. Let's just be honest. My nigga Chris Paul is not finna get no ring. We looking at his last couple of years or last days in the NBA. So shout out to Chris Paul.